Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to give you guys my final impressions on the Archos 101 Android Internet tablet. I reviewed this device back in the month of November, and since then Archos has put out 2 firmware updates. They've been pretty aggressive, which I like. The first one was a rollover to Froyo, which I did cover. A lot of people were disappointed with the downclocking of the CPU and some Wi-Fi lock issues. And since then, Archos has put out another build that's 7.1, the latest, which is what this Archos 101 8GB tablet in front of you is running. And I wanted to tell you guys really what that latest build has done for this tablet. Now, first and foremost, the CPU clock speed has now been changed in that if you jump into settings and then about device, you're now given a power management option, which will allow you to jump from either overdrive, optimal, or power save in terms of CPU clock management. So overdrive will allow you to get 1 GHz throughout your entire experience. Optimal will give you what Froyo offered, which is 300 to 800 megahertz with 1 GHz on demand. And then power save I really wouldn't even recommend, because in reality, in my experience with overdrive, I've been getting around 8 hours of use. So if you really need some extra battery life, optimal should cut it. Another advantage to this latest firmware build has been the USB host storage. Functionality has changed principally in that it now can read NTFS formatted mass storage devices. So like this 1 terabyte Western Digital self-powered drive I have here, which is hooked up to the Archos 101 right now. And by the way, the Archos 101 is not hooked up to the AC adapter. It's running on its own battery. It is able to power that 1 terabyte drive and give you access to all of those files. If I jump into the file manager there, that's stock, you can see there's the external drive, and it breaks down the directories and files. So again, changing the way that Android functions as a tablet OS, even though we haven't seen even gingerbread, let alone honeycomb, Archos has changed the game in that now you're able to carry all of your media in something like a 1 terabyte portable drive and pretty much play back any media content, whether it's video or audio. Also important, if you do hit a video file where you don't have the necessary codec support, and if you don't know what I mean by codec support, don't worry. The point is that Archos, the device, will actually tell you you need to download and install, rather, a plugin from their website. So if you're missing a plugin, Archos will tell you, don't worry. Another great thing they've done, even though I personally am not in love with having to pay for plugins, better to have the option than not. So basically, a really great media center this device has turned into. If you don't want to buy the 250 gig unit, you do have the flexibility, again, of hooking up a portable drive like this and carrying really just about anything you want. And more netbook-esque functionality, even though I don't like to evoke a netbook when reviewing a tablet. Another important thing I want to point out is market access. The original tutorial I did still functions, so you can still use that. I do recommend Ken's latest APK, which is the 5th version. It'll give you the new marketplace. But more importantly, what I wanted to tell you guys is that a lot of people ask me what keyboard I'm using. As you can see here, this is SwiftKey HD. It is a protected app, so if you install that side-loaded APK for the marketplace, you will not be able to get access to this. So how do you get this on your tablet? Basically, what you need to do is, if you have an Android phone where you can purchase that APK, whether it's SwiftKey or an app like Launcher Pro, you can then back that up using something like Astro File Manager, which many of you may have seen me use in previous reviews, and then side-load it using a micro SD card onto your Gen 8 tablet. So that's the way to get protected apps onto your Gen 8 device if you cannot find them in the marketplace. I know that's a big question. Let's jump back. Another thing I wanted to basically tell you guys is battery life has stayed the same. Wi-Fi lock for me has also been, great, no problems there. Viewing angles on the LCD, again, I really don't have any major complaints because the price point is just really absurd for what this device and the 70 bring to the table. And then you've got the kickstand, which really allows you to either find the angle to type, in bed or on the couch or view a movie, whatever you need to do. Also want to show you guys some web browsing just so you can see if there is any noticeable difference here. So let's try going to, let's try Engadget. Good benchmark for performance. See, it's taking a little time there. Could be my network, but Again, the fluidity of the scrolling is what, I think most people were concerned with on the Froyo update. Again, we're not finished loading the page, but on the whole, at least, I can say, for the most part, I have been really impressed with this update, and I think Archos is going to continue to push out updates to really prove that they are standing behind this product, which is definitely a good sign from a small French company that originated in the PMP business. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this helps those of you who are on the fence about buying this device or who already own it and are considering returning it since the firmware updates. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.